to you with the Success Chronicles. I got Coach Mack Malone here with us today, and we're going to go ahead and get to the interview. First of all, I want to say thanks to him for giving me the time to do this. I know his story, but you don't, but you're about to find out. It's a pretty good one, so let's just get into it. First of all, the first question is how do we know each other, or how did we meet?
Conroe High School. I mean, we spent 4 years at Conroe High School together. It was a great 4 years. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of growing. It was a blessed 4 years, and then to get Chip back over here where I'm at right now has been great for me, and I know it's been great for him because it's been a lot of fun. You know, it's been fun, which is always good. And you know, we always talk about growing and getting better and all that stuff, and I think having him here has been good for me, our kids, the coaches, for everybody. You know,
and I'm very thankful for the opportunity. He was a big part of the reason for me coming over here, because I knew I had an opportunity to work with him. So that's always a plus.
Oh yeah.
So the next thing, if you could just tell us your life story, just kind of, you know, start from way back and just kind of just take us to where you are now.
Well, I mean, you talk about way back, that's a long time ago, but
yeah, a couple years.
Well, I mean, and you know, my life story, you know, my parents are deaf, and so, you know, my parents got divorced and all that, and so, and you know, my story is not any different than a lot of kids that are out there that we deal with every day. And so, when my parents got divorced, they took me and they moved me to big city of Willis, Texas, and I lived with my grandparents. I lived with my grandparents from the time I was in 6th grade until I graduated from high school. They didn't have a lot of money. They lived in a house that was built in 1937, so it was an old wooden house, you know. It wasn't a big house, it was a 2-bedroom house. So I mean, it was a very growing experience, you know, and so it was something that made me who I am today, you know, because I understood, you know, not everybody's gonna have what they want, you know what I mean? And so, you know, they didn't want for much, because they had it. It was in that house. It was the love, you know, everything was in that house. And so it was me and my cousin, my grandmother, and my grandfather. And so, you know, we grew up in that house, and we raised our own food, you know, but we had to get up every morning, go to school, do what we were supposed to do. And so that helped me grow up a lot, you know.
You know, one thing I saw too is very similar. I mean, not as far as everything, but as far as you talked about the love in the house, you know, I didn't realize it was similar to me. Like, after I went off, I didn't realize how lesser we were, but I didn't know that because there was so much love.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
And like, it's all good.
Exactly.
So
it's
much
good.
love in
so
the
much
house,
love in the house.
You
exactly.
know?
You know, and so, you know, when I finally had an opportunity to go off and go to school and all that stuff, it wasn't one of those that, you know, how most families they cry and they do all that stuff. It was, they hug you. You know why you going? Go get it done.
Go get it done.
Go get it done. And so, you know, what was crazy is I left and I went to school for 2 years, and in my 2nd year, you know, my grandparents got into a wreck and all that stuff, and so I had to make a choice. You know, it was either go back for my 3rd year or take care of my grandparents. So I can tell you right now, at the end of the day, I'm gonna take care of my grandparents. You know, and so I gave up something that I love, and don't get me wrong, I love playing the game. But at the end of the day, they loved me, and they gave up a lot of stuff for me to come live with them. So you telling me for that little brief moment, you know, that I can't give up something, part of my life that I know I can go back and get down the road. You know what I mean? Exactly. And so that was the one thing that I understood from my grandparents is you're gonna give up something, you're gonna make sacrifices, and to get to where you want to in life, you're gonna have to give up something. You're gonna have to make sacrifices. You're gonna have to, and it's worth it. And it was worth it. You know, and so. It was a blessing for me to be able to be there for them and all that stuff, and it was good for them because they knew that even though I moved out for them 2 years, if they needed me, I was gonna be there. You know what I mean? And so that's been great for me, and I've been in this business now for 18 years now, 19 years, and throughout those times. I still reflect back on that because I still make sacrifices. I still do things not for myself because it ain't about me. You know what I mean? And so I still do those things. And I think your upbringing guide you into those directions that's going to help you with others. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so, you know, when you talk about that love, and you've been in a meeting, when I look at the kids and I tell them I love them, that's straight from the heart. That's real.
Like
you know,
that's real.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. I mean, and so, you know, when I say I love you, I mean, you call me at 1 o'clock in the morning, you somewhere you ain't supposed to be, and you go, Coach, I need you. I'm getting up and I'm going to get you. You know, and so, and that's, I think a lot of folks in our society today miss out on. We don't have that. And so what we try to do, or I try to do, is make sure that I try to bring that to our kids so they can understand that sacrifice and that love and that commitment and all that stuff. It all goes hand in hand.
And that goes into our next question, which is what is your career? And like you're talking about, which is teaching and coaching. You're talking about, how your past experiences and the way you were raised,
right,
and your environment, how it helps you and benefits you,
right,
in what you do. And I think that as far as a teacher and a coach, of being raised the way you have, I think it really benefits our kids, the kids that you are blessed to come in contact with, because you know what struggle is. You know some of the things that they're going through.
Exactly.
You know those kids that don't have food, that don't eat. It's all right, I got you.
Yeah.
And they see that in you, and they lean on you for it because, and you know that it's great because it's gonna help them.
Exactly.
Because you've had that.
And not only do they understand that, what happens is down the road, when they go have that success, or they go and they take off and they're great in the community and great in life, they remember that, because then when that kid that comes up to them and goes, hey, I need this, they understand because they've been down that road. Right. So what you're doing is you're building society, and you're building a community that understands it's not about me. Right. It's about me helping the guy that's next to me being there for somebody that needs me to be there for them. But you're also in the process, you're teaching them to grow and learn, and understand it's okay to be selfish, but you got to know when to be selfish, and then when you got to know when to be unselfish. And so I think our kids are starting to develop that. They're starting to understand that, and it's going to benefit them down the road.
No doubt about it. The next question: what are 3 things that you have accomplished in your life that you are proud of?
3 things. Well, I'm gonna tell you the first one, and the first one is my daughter. Man, 18 years old, going to school, it's good stuff, man. I'm telling you. I mean, that's
good girl.
Yeah, man.
Real good girl too.
That's the biggest one for me. The second one is, I think in my life is the people that I've been associated with. I think, I know everybody looks at my house or car and all that stuff, and to me it's not about that. It's about the relationships that I've created in my life, where I could be sitting at home, all of a sudden my phone ring and it's a cat that I coached 10 years ago, or it's a coach that I hadn't coached with since my first year in coaching. But because of that relationship, those are things that I think that are huge throughout the course of your life. I think those are things that are going to help you be successful in life. Everybody looks at the wins, losses, all that stuff. It's not about that with me. It's about the relationships, And the third thing to me is, is in my life, as far as my accomplishments go and all that stuff, is just me being an impact every day. That's an accomplishment for me, because, can you be that guy that's going to impact lives and help them grow and be who they need to be? Not be who I want them to be, who they need to be. Not what your mommy and your daddy want you to be, who you need to be. And so you have to give them that vision. What do you want to be? Not because mama said they want you to be like this, or daddy said you need to be like this. And so it's like Macy, and I'm gonna use my daughter for an example, because I do this with my kids.
Right.
Macy is in California. California, and that's a long way. That's a long way away. But I looked at her and I said, "What do you want?" It's not what daddy wants. It's not what your mama wants. What do you want? And she gave me all the stuff. She gave me all the guidelines, all the things that she wants to do to help herself be successful. Okay? What are you willing to give up to go there? Well, I'm willing to give up being around daddy. I'm willing to give up being around mom. I'm willing to give up those things to go achieve my goal. Okay? To make those sacrifices. And I go, okay, well, here's the thing. You'll never give up your mom. You'll never give up your daddy, because we will always be there. We may not be there in physical, but just know if you need us, we're there.
And if I need to get there quick,
I'm gonna get there quick. So, but she understood, you know,
right.
and so what I try to do is instill what my grandparents instilled in her.
Right.
You know, you have to give up something to get something. You know, and if that means I gotta walk away from my family to get to the level I need to get to, because mom and dad already they got a job, they already achieved a lot of stuff in their life. Now, what path are you gonna take to go achieve what you need to achieve?
Good
you know?
stuff.
And so, you know, that to me, when you say accomplishment, I you know, everybody looks at houses, cars. I look at big picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, relationships are first one. You know, my child, you know, those are things to me that are accomplishments to me. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I love to have a state championship ring, but you know what? I got kids that walk up to me and say, Coach, I own a business now because of you, because you taught me how to work. You know, because you taught me things. That's an accomplishment to me. You got a kid walk up to you and say that to you. I'm good. I keep doing this for another year or two.
Just like you said too, you know, when you're making a point to teach them the thing that you were taught.
Right.
You know, I think it creates a ripple effect.
Yes.
You know, so now it's not just, you know, you're better. It's not just the people that you're around is better, but it's not just the people that they love that they're around that they're better. But it's a society thing.
Yes.
You know,
community.
So,
you're big. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's what, you know, we're trying to instill in life. It's not just about you. It's a bigger picture, you know. And what you do impacts not only that guy, but that guy that you don't even see. It impacts that guy.
That's looking at you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your definition of success?
My definition, I have a lot of definitions for success. You know, success to me is what people are seeing. To me, you know, are they seeing you carry yourself in a manner that's going to help not only them grow, but like that guy way over there that they can't see, are you helping him grow? Are you doing things that's helping, you know, people around you? And this is why I like the job that I do. You know, it may say coordinator by my name, but here's what I need to help you do, okay? And then I give it to you, and that's all I do, okay? And then when I look at it and I see it, you know, or you can always come to me and ask me, but at the end of the day, my job is to still make sure that I've helped you grow.
Right.
That makes sense?
And you do that.
And so, and so it's about the success of the people around you. Because if those people around you being successful,
we're all successful.
We're all successful.
And it don't matter who gets the glory, we all get it.
Right. And you know, and that's why I said, you know, we coach our kids and we do the things for our kids. When they turn the tape on, what are they seeing? Are our kids being successful? And so success is not about wins and losses. When you watch them play, are they doing the things that we've talked about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and then they go out there and that finished product on Friday? Right. You know, are they doing those things consistently? Are they doing those things to help themselves be successful? Because if that guy, that one individual guy, is doing his job, then he's going to help that next guy be successful because that next guy didn't want to let him down. And so it becomes, you know, just like when I coach my position, I don't want to let you down. I don't want to cheat that kid. You know, so we all are helping each other grow and be successful. You know, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. What do you think it takes to achieve success? I think you kind of hit on some of it already. Yeah. But you know, what do you think?
Well, to me, you know, everybody always talks about hard work. Well, you know, hard work should be a given. I mean, if you want to be successful, you're gonna work hard. You know, but the attribute of success is what you do with the people that are around you. Or the people around you have the same, and I shouldn't say the same mindset, but have the same thought process of, I got to get this done so we can be successful. So you surround yourself, just like we tell our kids, surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with good people. And if you surround yourself with good people, your chances of being successful go way up. Go way up. And so you don't have to worry about the hard work because that takes care of itself. That makes sense?
That's a given.
That's a given.
Like in math,
yes,
that's a given.
It's a given.
Right.
You know, and so you don't have to worry about the hard work part. So surround yourself and associate yourself with people, and I guess you could say like-minded like you. They want to be successful. They don't want to fail, and they don't like failing, but they understand it's gonna come. And when it comes, how do you handle it? You know, do you step back and go, okay, and you know how we do. We'll step back, look at it. Okay, we're gonna get it fixed right now. Let's go. You know what I mean? And so it's being around people that are like-minded, I guess you could say, but they also have that goal of we gonna find a way to make sure we keep getting better, not just today, and tomorrow ain't guaranteed, but we sure gonna make sure we are prepared to make sure we get better tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so, I think that's where success is to me. Because when you look around, is everybody around you being successful? And I think sometimes we miss the boat on that. We look at the material things. I'm not a material guy. I'm more of a big picture guy. How can I make Chip Baker better? You know what I mean? And how can I make these other coaches better? Because if I make these other coaches better, that means they're gonna make the kids better. And then at the end of the day, how can I make those kids better too? You know what I mean? Right. And so, but in return, I look at Chip Baker. How's Chip Baker making me better? Right. How are those other coaches making me better? And so it all starts to mesh because we're all on the same page because we're all trying to drive each other, make each other better. And if we do that, I mean,
we talked a little bit about that yesterday. As far as you just do what you got to do to get it done.
Right.
Unselfish mindset and just it's not about me, it's about us.
Right.
That's a team concept. I think that's the great thing about team is everybody comes together for one cause, and it doesn't matter about race, color, socioeconomic status, background, language. None of that stuff matters.
Does not.
But you come together as a group and as a team for a common goal, and you just get it done.
Right. Exactly.
Period.
No questions asked. Just
and that's
get
it.
That done.
I think,
exactly.
And that helps you achieve success.
Yes. I think sometimes because we turn the TV on, and especially when you get to this time of year, you're watching Major League Baseball and all that stuff. To me, those things, those guys are gonna have success. Whoever wins in Major League Baseball, it's about the ring and all that stuff. To me, it's not about that. It's about
all that stuff
before.
What got you there?
What got you there? Right. Exactly. What preparation did you do to get to that point? How can I count on you to make sure you do your job? You know what I mean? And how do I? And I shouldn't say how you, because you can count on me. I can tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? And so
vice versa.
And we know that. And so because sometimes you can just look at each other. You don't even have to say nothing. You know what I mean? Because you finna go get this done. Mm-hmm. And so that's I think where we're trying to get to, and what we're trying to instill in our kids and coaches and all that stuff, to where they understand. Sometimes words don't need to be spoken. Just go work. And so that's to me success. Because at the end of the day, when that kid leaves you, and he leaves, and 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, he calls you and says, "Hey, coach, hey man, I got a family. I got this business. I'm doing this. I just want to say thank you. I'm good. I'm good. That's it. Success. That's success.
Right there.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all that you do and the way you do it. Your passion and your hard work, it shines through, and all of that stuff you talked about. As far as the love, all that you do that every day with the kids that you're around, and they're blessed to be around you, as well as the guys, us on the staff. And for that, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming through the Success Chronicles today.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you too.
All right. There you have it, Coach Mack Malone. See you next time on the Success Chronicles.